Hey, family and friends out there. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Just have a kind of an encouraging story to share with you guys. It's my Korn, story, my Brian Head Welch story, and a little bit of Welton Academy mixed in there that connected with that story, and Sleeping Giant, and with Tommy Green and those guys. So, anyways, the year before I got saved, I got saved in 2006. For you guys that are not Christian watching this, saved just means that I just came to know Jesus, and in a real way, So in 2006 is when that happened. But before that, the year before that, I was in a really dark place in my life. I was involved in the occult and Satanism, and interested in all that stuff, and I was always kind of into dark music and heavy music, and kind of like that scene and all that. But the few years before I got saved, I was in a really, really dark place, and I actually was like anti-Christian. I was anti-God. I hated Christians. If I seen that you had like a Jesus fish sticker on the, bumper sticker, if I was driving by you, like I'd speed up, peep the horn, get your attention, and I give you, I give you the friendly salute there, and Selena used to hate it. Selena used to get mad at me. What are you doing? She'd be all like. Anyways, I had a real hate on for Christians, and so that's just where I was at that time. Anyways, this one day, went to the convenience store, or whatever, get a pop and a chip, and pick up the latest Guitar World magazine, and back then. Guitar World, magazines were everywhere. Now I have a hard time finding the magazine. But anyways, so I go look for the new Guitar World magazine, and so I'm looking, and I spot it, and to my surprise and shock and dismay, I see Brian Head Welch on the cover, and I was a huge Korn fan. I was a Korn fan since the album Issues came out. I wasn't so much. I didn't really get into them before that, but when the album Issues came out is when I got into them, and that album rocked my world. It's an amazing album. I love that album. It's so good. It's still one of my favorites today. And anyways, Korn became one of my new favorite bands at the time, and it was like 1997. No, it was like 1999, 2000, 2001 when I started really liking them. And anyways, so fast forward to 2006 or 2005, and I go to see the guitar magazine, and I pick it up, and I see Brian Head Welch is on the cover. And it says this. I have the magazine. It says this. It's backwards. It says Head leaves Korn and joins Jesus. I was like, what the heck? What the heck? I was so pissed off. I was so upset, and I was really upset. It pissed me off. So I'm looking through the magazine, and I find the article, and I start reading the article, and I'm like, man, what the heck, man? This is stupid. What the heck's wrong with him? And I was just like, no way. So I wasn't going to buy it. I really wasn't going to buy it. But they had Tom Morello. Tom Morello's in there too, so he's pretty cool. But no, I wasn't going to buy it. And but I decided to buy it. But what I did is I bought it, and when I drove home, and when I got home, I took the magazine. Wasn't this one. took that magazine and I ripped it up and I threw it in the garbage. I was pissed. I was so mad. I was like pissed. And so anyways, fast forward to a year later, I get saved. And I find Jesus, and I realize that God is real and Jesus is actually real and all that. And I'm just like, I got saved. And so I get saved that year. So after about a month there, I remembered that, I remembered about the magazine and about Head. And so I went online and found the magazine and ordered it again, and I bought it. I got it back. And so I was so happy. I was so happy. It was crazy because I was like, yes, he's a Christian. He loves Jesus. Somebody I could relate to, found Jesus. Somebody that, one of my heroes, somebody I looked up to, found Jesus, and not long after that, he came out with this book, which was probably about maybe a year after I think I got saved or something, and he came out with this book, Save Me From Myself. It was an awesome book. It really encouraged me at the time, and it was really awesome. And so it was quite funny that I did that with the magazine and threw it out. So how does that connect with Welton Academy? Well, some of you guys know, some of you don't. Brian Head Welch is part of Welton Academy, and he's actually going to be at our yearly summit that they have, and he's actually going to be there, and which is really cool because I'm going to be there, and it's cool because I'm gonna get to share my story, and it's kind of crazy. I think it's crazy. And something else that's crazy is during that first year that I got saved, a big thing for me is I love music, and a big thing for me is I like good music, and I had a hard time finding good heavy Christian music. And there are a few bands I found there that I like, and they're awesome, different styles, and they're all kind of cool and good, but none that would be my favorite band. Like before, when I wasn't a Christian, I had my favorites, like Korn. I was a big Kiss fan, and one of my favorite bands is Metallica, or I was into those, or just just music in general. I had a lot of favorite bands, hardcore stuff, Suicidal Tendencies and DRI and Cro-Mags, and a lot of the 80s thrash stuff, just that kind of vibe that I just didn't get with Christian music. And then I found Sleeping Giant. You guys all know by now, Sleeping Giant's my favorite, and they are the best. They're the best. Just the best. They're just the best. And anyways, so last year I decided to take Welton Academy, to go to the Welton Academy Bible School, and I just found out about them over the summer, and I think it was July. And I just found out about them, and I was ready to go to another school pretty close. I had three schools I was looking at, 2 for sure, and then I found Welton Academy. And I had read Rapture List, the book Rapture List, a couple months before, and then I learned that they had a school going on, and I looked into that, and that really that school really connected with me when I read it and when I went online and see what they were all about. It really connected with me a lot more than any other school that I was looking into. And so, I just said, you know what? I said, I think I'm going to choose this school. And I, prayed to God and just like, God, is this the right thing to do and all that, just wanted to make sure I'm making the right decision. And so I felt complete peace. And so I signed up for Welton Academy and, was ready to start in September last year. And so I was just looking forward to it. And so September come rolling around, I start the school, and then I see that they have a summit coming up in October for like students or whatever. And, I was like, I think that'd be pretty cool to go to, So I told Selena, I said, you want to go to this thing? It'd be kind of cool. Like, we'll just kind of go. And so she was like, yeah, let's, we'll take a little mini vacation and we'll go to this thing, to this summit thing. I didn't really have any idea too much what it was. And anyway, so we bought our tickets and stuff and our plane tickets and got organized to go. And just a few days before, I went on the itinerary to check out the summit details or whatever, because I hadn't really did that. All I seen was a Facebook thing. So I went on there and I started reading the guest speakers, and I'm like, holy crap, Selena, Tommy Green is one of the speakers at the summit. And she's like, what? And she's freaking out because she knows how much I love Sleeping Giant, and I've never got to see them play live. And I hope I get to see them one day, but and I was like, oh my God, what the heck? I had no clue that he was involved. And then I see Eric Gregson, the guitar player for Sleeping Giant, who wrote quite a few songs for them. And, I was like, what the heck? It was really, I was really happy. I was just like, it was like back in the day when I first seen Metallica, I was like so excited. I was like, yo, am I jumping? I'm gonna see Metallica. Or when I seen Kiss with their reunion, in '96, and I was a big Kiss fan, and I felt the same way. It was weird. It was weird because I was going to this summit to Bible school, but I knew these guys were going to be there, and they're like big heroes to me, and so it was really cool. I was like, these guys were involved in Welton Academy. It was like, this is crazy. And, Brian is involved in Welton Academy. And I was like, man, this is so cool. It's so cool because I was struggling and to pick where I wanted to go. And I didn't feel so much that the people around me had my back. And, so when all this came about, I was just like, man, I don't have to worry about people having my back so much. And I was like, God has my back. Because I was like, this is crazy. I thought it was like, I was like, is this actually real? Because those guys were big heroes, and I had no clue. It was like a big surprise, It was really cool. And so, just God showed me so much through that. And he just showed me, that he has my back. And the desires of my heart, he wants to give them to me. And that's what he wants to do for you. Like, if you're struggling right now, if you're indecisive, you don't know which way to go, you got decisions, trust God, and he'll let you know that you made the right decision, because he let me know in a big way that I made the right decision. So I got to meet Tommy, and at the summit I got to meet so many wonderful, awesome people that, like that first summit that last year, like that summit changed my life, and it changed Selena's life. You know, it was really, really cool. And, you know, just God had my back. And you just, when you know that, when you know God has your back, when you're going through the crap in life, and when everything just looks like it's coming down, and just, you know, you just don't feel like you're gonna make it, and it's just, you know, crappy, you know, he's there, and he will see you through it. You trust God, and you know, he's got your back. You know, he's got your back. So, you know, I just want to encourage you guys with that, you know, if you're going through whatever things, you know, whatever it is you're going through, you know, just trust God, and he will always put you in the right direction, which you know is right for you, right? And you know, it's just, God is good. Jesus is awesome. And that's what following Jesus is all about. You know, just trusting God that he actually loves you. He actually loves you. Like, if it doesn't matter what you know, how much Bible you know, and how great of a speaker you are, or if you're talented, if you have gifts, or it really doesn't matter when it comes to knowing Jesus. The thing that you want to meditate on, or you want to think on, is how much Jesus actually really loves you. Because when you know how much he really loves you, it's freedom. Like, you get this freedom that's what makes it so awesome. You know, it's just Jesus. And it's just, you get to have that freedom of being free from a lot of crap in your life that, you know, you may struggle with. And sometimes you still struggle, but just knowing that he actually loves you no matter what, that's the key. That's the big thing. It's not how good you are, or how good you can be, or how much you pray. Or prayer is good. Don't get all crazy religious on me, all the religious people. You need to pray. You need to spend time with Jesus. But you need to know why you're spending time with Jesus. You need to spend time with Jesus because he wants to spend time with you. That's why you spend time with Jesus. You don't spend time with Jesus so you can better yourself. That's not why you spend time with Jesus. You don't spend your time with Jesus and in prayer so that you can receive supernatural gifts and anointings, and you can be all that in a bag of chips. You know, that's not really why you pray and you spend time with Jesus. Those things are good, and those things are going to happen, and they're going to happen more, and they're going to be way more awesome, and you're going to enjoy them more when you realize you pray and you spend time with Jesus because he wants to spend time with you. That's good news, man. That's good news. That's awesome. So anyways, that's my story. I hope it encourages you. And just be blessed, and just know, like, Jesus really, really loves you, and he wants to see the desires of your heart. He wants to give those to you. So praise Jesus.